Revenue is what a company sells. Profit is what it keeps. The 5 most profitable companies in the world generate net income that exceeds the GDP of dozens of nations, and the gaps between them reveal everything about which industries produce the most durable, scalable wealth. From oil to software to silicon chips, here are the 5 most profitable organizations on Earth, ranked by annual net profit. Microsoft generates approximately $72 billion, around 66 billion euros, in annual net profit with a 35% margin, making it one of the most profitable enterprise software businesses in history. The key to Microsoft's extraordinary profitability is recurring revenue. Office 365 subscriptions, Azure cloud contracts, GitHub enterprise licenses, and Teams enterprise agreements all generate predictable, compounding revenue that requires minimal incremental cost to service. Azure's 28% year-on-year growth is still accelerating, driven by AI workloads migrating to cloud infrastructure. Every company in the world that uses Microsoft software generates a subscription fee, and with 1.5 billion Office users and hundreds of millions of Azure clients, that model compounds relentlessly. Alphabet, Google's parent company, generates approximately $73 billion, around 67 billion euros, in annual net profit from what is essentially the most efficient advertising platform ever constructed. Because Google controls 91% of global web search, every business on Earth that wants to reach online customers must, to some degree, pay Google to be found. This captive advertising market generates over $240 billion, around 220 billion euros, in annual ad revenue from a product, the search index, that users access for free. YouTube adds another 30+ billion annually. The economics are extraordinary. Google built the infrastructure once, and the world pays to use it in perpetuity. Berkshire Hathaway generated approximately $96 billion, around 88 billion euros, in annual net profit, making it the 3rd most profitable company in the world and the most profitable non-technology conglomerate on Earth. Warren Buffett's company is not one business. It is 60 companies under one roof: GEICO Insurance, BNSF Railroad, Berkshire Hathaway Energy, and dozens of consumer brands including Dairy Queen, Duracell, and Fruit of the Loom. The investment portfolio is equally staggering. Berkshire holds over $120 billion, around 110 billion euros, in Apple stock alone, plus major positions in American Express, Bank of America, and Coca-Cola. Net profit of this magnitude in a non-software business reflects one thing above all: compounding. Buffett has been compounding capital at Berkshire for over 60 years, and the machine he built simply keeps generating cash. Apple generates approximately $97 billion, around 89 billion euros, in annual net profit, the most of any consumer-facing company in history, driven by iPhone margins that consistently reach around 40%, a figure no other consumer hardware manufacturer has ever sustained at scale. Apple's services division, the App Store, Apple Music, iCloud, Apple TV Plus, and Apple Pay, adds over $100 billion, around 92 billion euros, in annual revenue with even higher margins than hardware, creating a 2-engine profit machine that compounds year over year. 1.4 billion active iPhones generate Apple revenue continuously, not just at the point of sale. Every time a user pays a developer on the App Store, Apple takes a cut. The model is almost frictionlessly scalable. The most profitable company in the world is Saudi Aramco, the Saudi Arabian oil company, generating approximately $121 billion, around 111 billion euros, in annual net profit from the extraction and sale of oil and natural gas. Saudi Aramco sits above the largest conventional oil reserves on Earth, 257 billion barrels, enough to sustain production at current rates for over 70 years. Its cost of extracting a barrel of oil is among the lowest in the world, roughly $3 to $4 per barrel, against a market price that fluctuates between $70 and $100. That spread, multiplied by millions of barrels per day, produces a profit machine of extraordinary scale. When oil prices are high, Aramco's net income eclipses the second and third place companies combined. Saudi Aramco is not just the most profitable company in the world. It is the most profitable company in history. From Microsoft's $72 billion, around 66 billion euros, in cloud software, to Saudi Aramco's $121 billion, around 111 billion euros, from oil formed 300 million years ago, the most profitable companies on Earth have found ways to monetize at scales that defy intuition. Which company's business model do you find most impressive? Drop it in the comments and subscribe.